Hey, and welcome to 96Indie. I go by the name of Jawar, and today we're here to talk about using the Audient iD4 MKII Loopback functionality to record audio from a different application into Pro Tools. So Spotify is an example. YouTube is what we're actually using in this case. Basically, any audio that you can play off of the computer, you can record back into Pro Tools through the Loopback function on this interface. So let's get into how to make that happen. Cool. So I have a Pro Tools session here that I've created, and then I have tracks that I've created and some routing that I've done as well. But I will explain what I do have, which is a stereo audio track for recording. I named that Loopback demo. You can name it whatever it is that you're recording, honestly. We also have a master fader stereo. And then if we look at our routing, this is something that you would need to set up. So my bus 1 and 2 is selected as my output, and that's to help me avoid a feedback loop. If I head it to my main output, then that could cause a feedback loop because I'm trying to record computer audio, which is going to come through the analog 1 through 2. So if I send it to a random bus that's not really going anywhere, not really being heard anywhere, then it just kind of like stops the audio in its tracks in terms of avoiding a feedback loop. So other than that, we want to set the input of the track to Loopback 1 through 2. All right. And then the master fader, have it set to your main output, analog 1 through 2. So that's all your routing. So with that said, we're trying to set up a mix for what's coming through Loopback 1 through 2. So if you're just on your computer, you can go to the bottom right, click on this arrow, right click on the ID icon, and if the mixer is not already shown, then you would click Show Loopback Mixer, and that'll pop this mixer up right here. So otherwise, anything that shows up on this mixer and any audio that passes through here is what's going to get recorded into the track in Pro Tools because this is the Loopback mix. So my mic is active. I don't want to record it into Pro Tools though. I'm just using it so that I can talk to you and explain what's happening. So I don't need my fader up for that. I do want computer audio recorded into Pro Tools. So that is why this fader is up at 0. So if it's not up initially, let's say it's all the way down, you can hold Alt and click it to default it to 0. So now our routing's good. Our Loopback mixer is set up appropriately. From here, we can record arm the track. If I press Control and equals, that'll bring me back to my edit window. I can record on Pro Tools as a whole. Now I'm in good shape, almost ready to record. So from there, you just need to have what you're going to record loaded up, which I do. This is a podcast that I'm getting going aside from this YouTube channel. With all that said, I want to record this back. Let's say, I lost the audio file for this recording somehow, and YouTube is the only place that this resides currently. Well, I could use something like YouTube to MP3, but me personally, I don't like to use sites like that because I feel like that could come with like weird ads and sketchy, almost gonna get a virus on your computer type of stuff. So I'd rather not deal with that. So this is the example. I lost this audio file. I just want to have the audio file on my computer, maybe to put up on a website as a demo or something like that. So it's loaded up. Great. My YouTube volume needs to be turned up. So it's cranked all the way up. Also great. So now basically if I play this file or if I play this YouTube video, then the audio is going to come out of YouTube. It's going to hit the Loopback mixer. Through the Loopback mixer, it's going to get routed into Pro Tools. So I'm going to check that each step of the way. I'll play it. I'll check the Loopback mixer, make sure I get audio on the main output fader there. And then if I see that there, I'll go into Pro Tools, make sure I have audio there. And I do encourage to do this if you're doing what we're talking about or for recording in general. Just check your work, test it, make sure everything is everything. So that's what I'm going to do. Once I confirm that, then we can actually record it. Cool. So give it a go.
Yeah, move. Said I gotta get in the mood. I gotta stay in my groove. Yeah. Listen.
I have a dream.
No, nigga.
By any means.
Go, nigga. There ain't no stopping this black man. It was written in scripture. Travel the word to go against the wicked. Regardless, they still see me as a nigga. You will never see the bigger picture if you can't get over. I'm black skinned.
Okay, great. So once again, play the YouTube video. That audio came out of YouTube into the Loopback mixer here. It was looking good. It wasn't clipping or anything like that. The audio was kind of hovering in this general area. And then in Pro Tools, I saw the meter and I saw my peak level at negative 12-ish. So I'm cool with that. So with all that said, I am in fact ready to record. In Pro Tools, I can hold Control, press equals to get back over to this side. I'm record armed on the track. I'm record armed in Pro Tools in general. I can now press play to actually start recording. I see that I'm recording. So if I was recording this whole song, then I would record through the whole song. Right now I'm just demoing. So I'll record a short portion of the song and fade out. And then we'll listen back to it.
Yeah, yeah. Move, 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 move. Said I gotta get in the move. I gotta get in the move. I gotta stay in my groove. Yeah. Listen.
I have a dream.
No, nigga.
By any means.
Go, nigga. There ain't no stopping this black man. It was written in scripture. Travel the word to go against the wicked. Regardless, they still see me as a nigga. You will never see the bigger picture if you can't get over. I'm black skinned.
If I
ruled the world, the black and the white we unify. I kill the pollution that's in the sky. I stop the resentment of you.
All right. Then back to Pro Tools. Stop it. Cool. So we do have a recording. So from here, I can unrecord arm the track. I can get in here, zooming in with R, press B to cut it. I'm not going to get too crazy with like how precise I'm doing it because this is just a demo. If I was like making this a recording that I did want the file for, I'd probably cut it closer. Press B to cut here. Delete that little part. And then with my smart tool or my multi-tool, create a little fade. So that's decent. Going back to my selector tool, Alt F to like zoom in on my selection. So this is the result of my recording. All right. So if I hold Control and press equals, then I want to set my output back to the main output now that I can listen, or now that I want to listen to the results of my recording. Now I don't have to worry about a feedback loop because I don't have my input open, only my output, and I'm listening back to the recording. So with that said, now I can play it back and see how that worked out, how that sounded.
Yeah, yeah. Move, 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 move. Said I gotta get in the move. I gotta get in the move. I gotta stay in my groove. Yeah. Listen.
I have a dream.
No, nigga.
By any means.
Go, nigga. There ain't no stopping this black man. It was.
All right. So obviously, if I was like really double checking my work, I would listen through to the whole thing. And I do recommend to do that. Never want to be too sure that everything worked because whatever, audio could have got weird on the back end. It happens and it can happen. So I always fully double check my work. But in any case, everything worked out fine. Oh, also my meters, I can double check on that again. So it peaked at negative 11.9 through the course of what I played back, essentially. So that works for me. Good levels. And to be clear, if the levels were not what we want them to be on the record track, then you can change that in your mixer. So basically, if it wasn't loud enough, then we could have turned this fader up. If it was too loud, we could have turned this fader down, so on and so forth. There's that, in YouTube itself. So basically, if it's too loud, you could turn it down in YouTube initially, going into the Loopback mixer. Or if it wasn't loud enough going into the Loopback mixer, then you could turn up YouTube. But all that to say, in this case, just turning my fader up to 0 and turning YouTube all the way up worked well. And this is a successful recording. So with all that said, that is how to make it happen in a nutshell. Hopefully this helps. And with this said, you know, you can do it in Pro Tools like I did it. Similar thing could work in, let's say, Studio One. If you set your input to loopback and you set your output to a random bus initially, avoid that feedback loop. Record it, play it back with the main output set so that you can actually hear once again. And then in the same token, you know, it doesn't have to be YouTube. It could be Spotify or pretty much another application on the computer, playing audio into Pro Tools, recording it into Pro Tools, and sky's the limit. So with all that said, I hope this helps and hope to catch you on another video on 9/6 Indie. Later.